fatal injuries in football, I have invented this new type football helmet, which I believe will do much to rid the game of fatalities.
Dark side, light this bitch up.
Yo, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yo, what up,
I'm
bro?
getting sound right now.
You said what now?
It'll be on my end as well, but how's everybody doing tonight? Okay, there's Drew. There's Drew here. Let's go ahead and bring him in. What's up, brother? All right, I don't have any sound. My fault. Could 100% be on me.
My bad. I was muted. You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't think.
You
Jim
guys can go ahead and talk it up real quick because I have to figure out my sound on my end.
Yeah. What's happening, people? Man, your boy AC, man, got Joy on here, man. Jim dealing with some audio issues right now, though, man.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, you know.
We gonna carry it though.
Same shit, different week. I can actually hear him though, but he can't hear us. You know,
there we go.
Oh, there you go.
It was my computer settings switched to the internal microphone and not my
I hate when that shit.
headphones. Yeah, it's goofy shit. And I checked all this before I went and grabbed the beverage. But we back, man. Episode 40. How y'all feeling, man?
We in here.
Feeling great, man.
Fofo. Hey, shout out to you, brothers.
Hey, man, I ain't drinking this week, man. Your boy being sick, so, you know what I'm saying? Got the Canada Dry, man.
You know, I got a little soda in here as well. Look, I put it in a beer glass to make it look like something.
Yeah, I'm on that Mexican soda today. How do you those?
Look at us, man. Change, man. So, I wanted to do something different. You know, every week lately, I come in here, I see something on the internet, post a little picture, and then we laugh or joke about it. Internet's a wild place, man. The internet should be illegal. And the reason why I say that, man, because our kids shouldn't see this shit. So
what is, man? I hate we gotta wait a minute to see it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have a photo today.
Oh,
but every week, you know, you guys can hit me up. I'll hit you up, and you know, we'll talk about the craziest thing you see on the internet. Don't have to be anything mainstream. If it's funny, we want to do it. But what I want to talk about today, I'm not mentioning anybody names or anything like that. I'm married. AC, you married.
Man, I know what you're talking about. It's not happening. So
this is how I'm putting it right here. Pause. If you have the opportunity, you know, everybody's married in this situation, even you, Drew, and your wife says, "Hey, I want to have a threesome." How you handling that? This is wife. This is your wife.
She better be talking about another female. Shit, the fuck?
So
already know where you're going with this. I already know where you're going with this.
Hey,
That's the crazy part,
if
right?
hey, no, nigga. If it ain't another chick, then hey, hell no.
Hey, look. I don't believe in domestic violence, but you feel me? I'm just playing.
I was like, where you going with this?
I'm just playing.
Boy, that boy crazy.
Niggas got real silent. Like, hold on
I
here.
was like, oh. Hey, we do not condone
Yeah, nah.
violence at Leatherhouse.
At all.
You know what I mean? We smack a fool, but
Yeah, smack a man up, but yeah.
Whoa,
Pause.
Hey, yo.
Pause. Hold on, man. Let me light my blunt, man. She getting crazy already.
But nah, reason why I say that, like for me, I wouldn't even venture down that road. You know what I'm saying? Because even if your wife never wants to, you open the door to, hey, well, we did it with a female.
Nah, man.
It's not happening.
But it's not the same though.
Huh?
It ain't the same.
It's not. I don't think it's the same either way. Just in you know, shout out to the ladies. You know what I mean? Just in all fairness and playing devil's advocate. You open that door up, you open it up from both ways. Pause.
No.
Pause.
Crazy.
But yeah, I brought that up, man, to see where everybody's standing at. In the chat, man. Like, what y'all think, man? If your hubby. Oh, yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah. That's the wifey, man. Shout out to the wife.
I know, yeah. I once I gathered my thoughts, I was like, oh,
Right.
I was like, yo, but yeah, the reason why I say that, you know, it's a lot going on out there on the internet last couple of weeks, and they got Wicked today.
Wicked.
When the images dropped with it, so it's you can't come home after that. You know what I mean?
Nah.
So,
I already don't pack your shit. It's on the curb. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean?
You paid this guy to come through and do that.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Like,
Out of line.
dude.
But
And doing podcasts about it, man. Like,
it's that. Hey, some folks is different. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Some
bro,
folks
over
is
here dropping
super
memes and shit. Like, bro, we know you hurt. We know you hurt, bro.
Listen.
Like, stop dropping the memes.
Listen, buddy got all the way at her. So.
Didn't she say she came home and was like hurt
She
for
was
like a
sore,
week?
bro.
So like,
About, it was sore for 3-4 days. Oh, no.
He's like, no, man, no, it's only like a day or two.
hey, bro.
And then she said, then she said some. What she say? It was easy to adjust back to you. What? Yeah, all right. Now you disrespecting me,
Man, crazy.
but anyway,
Could have been me.
NBA Summer League, man. AC, man, or being our league correspondent.
Not liking what I'm seeing, man. From our squad.
It's different without that super duper star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Kobe, who we picked in the second, like, you know what I'm saying? He's been showing like a good amount of stuff, but you looking at teams like OKC and Houston, and you know what I'm saying? They young and they got these guys who they fucking dominating summer league right now. You like, yo, they gonna be in the league soon.
And you talked about Houston last week. I told you that I was one of the ones that said I wasn't really on the Houston bandwagon as far as, you know, everybody's picking them as a sleeper playoff team, maybe a 7th, 8th seed play-in team, possibly who can make some noise. I didn't really see it because of the youth, but this is a good sign for them, you know, with all those young guys playing well together, because, you know, everybody said, oh, it's summer league, oh, it's preseason, but you want to see guys, you know, it's basketball at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You guys suit up, play basketball every single day. So you want to be able to see guys go out and compete and, you know, get W's. The guy who I wanted to talk about, man, Cleveland might got one with this kid Bates, man. Nah?
No.
I mean, don't just say no.
And the reason why I say that, and the reason why I say that, but he's not going to do nothing to that team, for that team. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, of course, he looks good because he can chuck up as many shots as he want to.
So the usage rate.
Yeah, the usage. Like he's not gonna be utilized like that with who they got over there? Mobley and Mitchell and what's the little point guard name?
Oh, the kid from
Vanderbilt. No, the kid Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah. Okay,
I forgot his name. Garland. Something started G.
Garland, wasn't Garland from North Carolina?
No, Garland. Yeah, he went to Vanderbilt.
Oh, Vanderbilt. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna be in the G League for a couple years, and that's where his biggest impact gonna come at. Book it.
All right, we're gonna take, because I like to see guys like who can get their own buckets, and having a guy like Murray, having a guy like Fox, those guys can take over a game at any time. But again, the usage rate can be tricky with players, because you'll see a Dame Lillard. Ooh, I love Dame. You know what I'm saying? Dame's one of my favorite players. But I think he's great because he's the only option in Portland. You send him to Miami, he's not the same player. That's why I'm not even like on that Miami bandwagon. Yeah. I think I like him somewhere like I talked about Milwaukee, just because you have other superstars there that can elevate him, and then he becomes a weapon at that point versus being the guy. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, yeah, boss. Detroit definitely got a young squad. That boy, hey, them twins, some dogs, man. Some dogs.
And they talk greasy.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like all these guys coming in and it's buddy. Oh, I love you, man. You're one of my favorite players. Happy to be there as Bulls. So anything else?
Yeah, they can buy it as long as they not on two-way contracts. So if you on a two-way contract, then that means you still have an obligation to the main squad if they pull you up. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if you just sign to the G League squad, you can sign with any team.
What you got? You got any G League info or talk that you want to go over, Dro?
Nah, man, I ain't really tuned into the G League like that, to be honest.
Because Keegan ain't play no more. Hey, Keegan,
you feel me?
How fast we get off that?
Yeah, I signed out. You feel me? Out of here.
It went from exciting to, man, who are these?
Yeah. Our team went from, hey, we could possibly win the Summer League championship. God damn, these niggas trash.
You see the Tommy Davis and the meme, who are these niggas?
Bro, that shit crazy. I mean, I like what I seen for Ellis though. Ellis looked like he can actually make the team and stick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
that's all you really want to get from this. You want guys that can come in and
be role players.
Be role players. Yeah. Fill out your bench and
come off the bench, give a little spark or something.
But I had this conversation. I had posted. I'll be on Bleacher Report, so I'll be in the community. So I posted it in the Sacramento joint, and I was like, we haven't hit on our second rounders. Like, you know what I'm saying? We haven't been hitting on our second rounders, and those are your depth pieces. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Cato's trash.
Yeah. But that's what we talked about with Miami, man. They don't waste those picks, man. These guys constantly hit on those late, because they're not picking in the top. They're not picking lottery most of the time. So they get, those mid to late second rounders, mid to late second and first rounders, and they hit on them, man. So we need to capitalize on that, and that's hard to do in a basketball, because outside of like the top 15, you don't really see too many special players. Jokic is an anomaly.
But it ain't, in my opinion, it's not about finding those studs and saying superstars. It's finding guys like a Draymond who gonna do all the dirty work and get you a championship. Bone. Bruce Bone. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas like that.
Players that are gonna come in and know their role and play it well.
Thanks.
You know what I
mean? All right. Or Bobby, whatever his name is. So this is something I was thinking about. Everybody's, when you guys are all in fantasy football leagues, anybody got drafts coming up anytime soon?
Nah, all my leagues draft at the preseason, man,
Sure.
or you know what I'm saying, because those injuries do pile up.
Yeah, I've never been in the league that draft this early. My homeboys draft all my homeboys. He's in a big work league, with his company, and they always draft, third week of July, first week of August.
Way too early.
Always complaining about, I drafted this person and now he's hurt, or I'm like, well, why the fuck do y'all draft so early? And it's an online draft, which is super trash.
And I'm supposed to be one of my leagues supposed to be starting keeper league. Now, I never did that before, but you know what I'm saying, I've been reading up on it, so I'm a little nervous about that.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
A lot of strategy, man. A lot of strategy.
Yeah, I got a keeper league.
Yeah. So what's the difference with the keeper league for the people who don't know? Obviously, for the keeper league versus like the regular leagues, Jero?
So in my league, I don't know about all leagues, but in my league, you're allowed to keep one person from the previous draft.
Now, does it cost you? Does it impact you where you draft?
I don't know. This is my first time, so I don't really know how it's gonna go down. You know what I mean? It's my first time doing a keeper league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the keeper leagues that I know about, or the one that I do know about, is an auction-based keeper league that it costs you money to hold on to certain players, and sometimes draft status is impacted by the caliber of the player that you decide to keep. So everybody be like, oh, I got a Patrick Mahomes, or hey, I got a AJ Brown, or these key guys, and in order for you to keep these guys, it's gonna cost you this, and that's gonna take away from your salary cap for the upcoming season. So now you got to draft a little different to hold on to those key impact players. So that's kind of like a broad overview of it. I'm not in any keeper leagues. I would like to be in one. We got what's the second year of our fantasy league here. We could probably elevate that thing a little bit.
Who won last year?
No double playoff.
Undisputed won last year, didn't he?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, Undisputed won, obviously, because he has to win everything else related.
Fuck that season, man. I started off hot.
Yeah, I was balling towards the end there, man. Lamar Jackson cost me, man. Him being out cost me, because I was on a roll. You know what I'm saying? Then I had a slump, came back, made the playoffs, stuff like that. But
man, your boy Justin Jefferson cost me my fucking playoff game, bro. When he got locked up versus Packers, bro, I was so hot.
That boy Jair, man. I don't know why Jair played so well against Justin.
Because he had double and triple team help. That's why. Come on, like what? Bro, he can do all of that when you got somebody, two people behind you.
Getting all his shots, playing super aggressive,
You doing all that yapping like you just doing that by yourself. You know you wasn't. Like,
so you got the first pick in the fantasy draft, man.
Ooh.
Let's start with you, Drew. No keeper, straight up. Who you taking?
I think I'm gonna go Austin Eckler.
Okay.
Unhappy egg out there in LA.
Facts. Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Hey.
So
he got a little pay bump.
On the field, he is a dominant fantasy touchdown machine. Passing, running, so he's a complete running back. And he's had, 3 consecutive 15+ touchdown seasons. So you gotta.
What do you do with Mike healthy and Keenan healthy, and boy they got from
the new RC
what
they got.
Yeah, the boy from TCU. We'll see, man. It's a lot of.
I mean, I like the boy Guyton, Jalen Guyton over there. He's one of my.
Yeah, he about to get passed up though.
Huh?
He done got passed up.
You think so?
Yeah. They ain't touching nobody, no wide receiver like that early.
Right. Yeah, he about to see the field for sure.
See, reason why I think he sees the field is Keenan hamstring issues. Like, once you injure your hamstring, you're always gonna have problems with your hamstrings. And you see it with Keenan. This is a top flight athlete. You know, you saw it with Keenan. You saw it with even I know Percy went out because of the headaches.
Migraine.
He had hamstring issues as well. Odell
Yeah,
Beckham.
McFadden.
Odell Beckham had hamstring. When you start dealing with those lower body issues, feet, hamstring, obviously knees and stuff like that, you start to see a little bit of a decline. Keenan, one of the best route runners in the league, when he's on the field, that offense is elite. Mike gonna do what Mike do, but I think that's where Guyton steps in Keenan absence with the young guy. So I don't know. I like Guyton as a sleeper, late rounder if he's there.
Just say Taylor. Of course, you're gonna say that.
I know. I ain't even respond to that shit.
Hey, you gonna say that because you biased, but after last season with terrible quarterback play, bro, I can't trust Jonathan Taylor, man. He's only had one great season.
So the another good thing about the Eckler pick is you get that O line back. One of the few O lines that wasn't really banged up last year, played really well in front of Herbert. So you get that O line back, you know, at full strength. That's not a bad number one pick. Looking at that, who you taking, Asa?
You know who I'm taking, Mr. Gritty himself.
Number one overall pick.
I'm
not
going
a bad pick. It's PPR too, so I gotta throw it out there. Obviously, it's PPR.
Justin Jefferson.
I'm not opposed to taking a wide receiver number one overall, especially a wide receiver this caliber. That's really not a bad pick.
I took him at 4 last year.
Yeah. That's kind of where you see him going at anywhere from 3 to 7 is where you start to see the big time wide receivers come off the board there. So I thought about this, man. Obviously thought about Jonathan Taylor. You got the Christian McCaffrey who always hurt. That's a guy I'm never taking number one. I mean, he's been mentioned as a number one guy. Last year Dalvin Cook was in the mix for number one in that offense. But for me, taking that boy Joe Burrow.
No, I'm not even taking him as the number one quarterback, man. That's going to Pat Mahomes.
I mean, obviously, Pat is the guy. I think this Bengals offense this year, you can even switch that and take Joe Mixon, who just re-upped with he just restructured his deal with Cincinnati. You could take Joe Mixon, you could take Jamar Chase. Any of these weapons from this Bengals offense is going to have a crazy season.
Still not taking no quarterback number one.
Nobody in the North is really going to be able to mess with them. I think their defense is going to be better, and I think their offense is going to be unstoppable. That O-line wasn't great, but it was because you remember Burrow was getting his head knocked off, his rookie year. So, and he still put up numbers. This guy got better blocking.
I think the AFC North is going to be a tough division next year.
It's always tough. It's always defensive battles. But
I'm talking about as far as like team-wise, all together. You got Washington coming back healthy, Moore coming back healthy, Burrow, and you got Pickett. Pickett, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Pickett's nice.
Yeah,
Pickett is nice.
Hey, that's gonna be a dog fight.
And Pickens is nice. Pickett is nice, and Pickens is nice.
Yeah,
Pickett's trash.
You said Pickens is trash?
You said
Pickett
not trash, bro. No.
Nah.
Trash.
And
Not trash.
Trash baskets.
I think on the Raiders, he makes the Raiders a playoff team.
He definitely, he definitely will win more than Carr did last year, bro.
Man, y'all chill. We got Jimmy the porn star. You feeling league onto the promised land this year?
He's gonna be hurt after 5 games.
It's all right. He'll be back.
Bob says Pickett's trash as well. I like Pickett. I think he has a breakout. Season. A very expensive card of his that I'm hoping with a breakout season will only be more expensive. So that's what I'm banking on. So me, I'm doing the unthinkable. I'm taking a quarterback number one, and it's not the quarterback. It's not the guy.
I can't choose nobody, no quarterback over Pat, man.
Yeah, you took Jettas, so
And then I probably take Hurts over Burrow.
I was gonna say Hurts or even man.
Because he gonna get you a lot of rushing yards, a lot of rushing.
Josh Allen. I had Josh Allen last year. He be putting up numbers too.
Josh threw too many picks for me.
He did throw a lot of picks. Yeah, that nigga hurt me down the stretch. I ain't gonna lie.
So leading up to NFL football and the season, we're getting closer and closer to preseason action. Every week we're gonna come in here. We're gonna talk about the top players for each position all time, and then today. So we'll pick a player who's the all-time GOAT at the position, and then we'll pick a player who's the current best at the position. And we decided to start today with the quarterback offense and the quarterback of the defense. So we're talking obviously quarterback and middle linebacker. I guess I'll go here. It was tough for me at the all-time quarterback spot. Not really, honestly, but like I've seen, I'm 40, like the episode, and I've seen a lot of different quarterbacks come through. But we're gonna talk about like today. This kid Pat Mahomes, man. And I said it when he got picked at where he got picked at in that draft. I was like, this guy. I mean, I'm a Texas Tech fan, secretly because
I didn't know that. Did not know that.
Yeah,
rest in peace, man.
I
guess I can say I'm more of a Mike Leach fan. Like anywhere he went, I watched them. When he went to, Washington State,
you like
Cougars,
that air raid.
Huh?
Like that air raid.
Yeah, he just airs it out. You know what I'm saying? And watching Texas Tech with Michael Crabtree, what's his name, Bill Graham,
crazy
quarterback, putting up crazy wild numbers. Man, they was no matter what the defense was, they was giving you 30. They might have gave up 90, but they was giving you 30. So, but yeah, Pat Mahomes went there, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the system, it's the system, it's the system." You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like some of these throws this guy was making, you like. That's why I was a big Justin Herbert fan. Like the throws, you know what I'm saying, throwing from different platforms, and you standing in the pocket, the defense barreling down on you, and you making these throws with the pressure in your face.
Yeah.
And you putting way more passing yards up and touchdowns up than you are in the interceptions. That shit translates. So I got Pat Mahomes as today's best quarterback, then right behind him got Burrow and Justin Herbert for me. Didn't really need the additional players, but that's just what I thought about as far as like quarterbacks. But my all-time GOAT quarterback got to be Tom Terrific, man. I think that's what I'm saying. I think a quarterback is easy for us. I think we're probably going to see a lot of the same quarterbacks brought up. And then after Tom, I'm a big Drew Brees fan. I like him coming out of Purdue, going to San Diego. They drafted Phillip on him. He gets traded away, and then he has a Hall of Fame career down in New Orleans. So
great story, yeah, for sure.
Drew Brees, honorable mention for me. So whoever want to go next can go.
All right, I'll go next. For current quarterback, of course, got to be Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
like you said, he just the throws that he makes is crazy. He run through he run through my team 2 times a year, and yeah, it's tough to go against Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
for my all-time, probably my favorite quarterback just to watch the audibles he would make. Peyton Manning, man.
Yeah.
Prime Peyton Manning was something crazy, man. For like good 3-year stretch, it don't matter what defense you came out in, you was cooked. You know what I mean? So Peyton Manning's my GOAT for the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean he was pretty much the standard for a long time at quarterback.
Balloon head.
He got that fucking
That cranium.
Bulldog. Young
My bad, man. Damn, dog, bro. I had did mine differently, so I did a top 5, but I could just name off my.
Go ahead. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
I start with top 5 quarterbacks currently. At 5, I got that boy Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely. Put some respect on LJ.
Gotta put some respect. Hey, number 4, I got Josh Allen. So you gonna disagree with me with this one, but I
disagree with 4.
Yeah, 3, cause I ain't got Herbert in my 5. But 3, I got that boy Joe Burrow.
Okay.
2, that boy Jalen Hurts. And then of course 1, got that boy Mahomes, man. Now all time, top 5. 5, the boy Brett Favre, the gunslinger.
The
4,
gunslinger. All right.
Drew Brees. 3, Peyton. 2, Joe Montana. Montana, and of course, man, gotta put the GOAT Brady number 1, man. That's gotta put the GOAT Brady 1, man.
You know what's funny about the Favre call out, and I appreciate you calling it out because, like, you had to be there with the Favre situation.
Yeah, for sure. Facts.
You had to be there.
Facts.
You can go back and look at the numbers. Oh yeah, he
It don't do it justice.
He threw
at
so
all.
many
all-time
interceptions.
interception
Yeah,
leader.
bro. Like,
Nah. You had to see him and Antonio Freeman on Monday Night Football right after his
Bruh.
dad passed. You had to be watching that live.
Bruh, man, what you mean he did that versus the Raiders, bruh? Torched
Yo,
us.
bro,
Torched us,
Man.
bruh.
That thing
take
out.
beating after beating and get up, like, bro.
You had to be there.
Ultimate gunslinger. Ultimate
You had to be
gunslinger for
there.
sure.
On Monday night, needing a touchdown to win it, throwing a dart 44 yards across the field, back of the end zone. Greg was getting his touchdown.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In Minnesota. Come
Yes,
on,
sir.
dog. You
That
have
was,
to
hey,
be,
that was
certain
his
things-
welcome to Minnesota moment.
And you think about Favre, he never really had like a super duper number 1. Donald Driver was
Donald
probably
Driver,
his best
yeah.
wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? He's a number 2 on any other team. Great
Sharp was a
receiver.
Sharp, but he was hurt.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was he got the end of Sterling Sharp, where Sterling Sharp
Yeah.
had the injuries. He almost died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one of those what ifs. This guy kept playing, Sterling would have been
Dog.
the guy. You know what I'm saying? So and Shannon says it all the time. He was way better than me. And Shannon's a GOAT, one of constantly
Right.
mentioned as GOAT tight end. So yeah, good shout out on the Favre
man.
call out,
Hey,
man. Like it's
for
one of those
sure,
you had
yeah.
to be there at things, man.
Had
Yeah.
to, like,
Yeah.
that motherfucker. Hey, and he didn't care, bro. Like, he was Pat Mahomes before Pat Mahomes. Like,
Oh, for
talking
sure.
about
For
somebody who's
sure.
trying to throw the ball downfield every play, bro.
Trying to keeping the play alive, guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Javon Walker was Favre. He was Favre. Favre had Driver. He had Freeman. He had Greg Jennings at the beginning.
No Vic? Nah.
Nah, no Vic. Reason why I
Come
had-
on, Bob. Bob's got to be a young cat talking about some big.
Yeah, reason why I have Vic on there. Vic never really reached. You saw that first year in Philly. What Vic would have been without the dogfight and stuff. Like, and with a good coach. Like, Vic really could have been super elite, man. This guy,
transcended
No,
for sure.
man, because he didn't become like a pocket passer like that.
Until he got Andy Reid.
He
Yeah.
got Andy Reid, because in Atlanta, he was more just, I'm gonna dog everybody out there, like, you know what I'm saying? Just
he was the best. He
spectacular.
was the best athlete.
Jim Moore just letting them run wild shit.
See, my thing is like, I think that's what ruined Michael Vick, is trying to turn him into a pocket passer. Lamar Jackson is great because you aren't trying to turn him into a pocket passer. He's a good pocket passer. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Lamar, you play how you play.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing what Harbaugh does with him. Like, listen,
But
we built this offense around your strengths.
yeah, Vic also only had fucking Algie Crumpler too. So
Algie Crumpler, how about that? He was
Damn, that's a
he was a
throwback right
dog, but
there.
still, he was a dog, but still, like, he ain't have no weapons like that. You know what I'm
no
saying?
real weapons, bro. But people would say, what's his name? Matt Ryan. He had his breakout year with Matt Ryan when Matt Ryan's rookie year.
No. Roddy White.
Roddy White. Roddy White was young when Vic was there, so he didn't really. Yeah, he showed flashes, but he had his breakout. The first couple years of the Matt Ryan era,
Yeah.
who's an overrated quarterback in my opinion. But
Hey, MVP.
so, before we get into the middle linebacker talk, you brought up in the commiss chat Netflix's new show Quarterback.
Yeah.
And I had put it on my list, but I was like, you know what, I'll watch it when I watch it. It's there. It's kind of like, something that you throw on, you know what I mean? Like anytime Hard Knocks comes on, I watch that. One of my favorite Netflix shows is the Last Chance U.
Yeah.
Just because it gives you that all access behind the scenes, look at, these guys' journeys as football players. Plus, I just love football talk, listening to locker room talk, listening to these guys break down film and hear how their minds see the football field way different than what we're seeing. We might see, they ran a stretch left, or they ran the play was meant to go up this the 6 hole, and he cut back and took it through the 4 or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they're seeing something completely different than what the novice player is seeing, and then hearing these guys break it down, it's like, damn, that was crazy. I never even knew it was that that much involved with it until you start watching these this inside stuff. And one of my favorite shows that I talk about it all the time on ESPN was the NFL matchup with Jaws, Merrill Hodge. You ever watch that joint on ESPN?
No, I never seen that.
That was all right, man. All they did was just sit down and break down film.
No.
And,
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
It was called NFL Matchup, and they took it like that's on.
Oh yeah. I remember
shows
NFL Matchup.
off. Yeah, they sort of literally just sit down and break down film, and you see it from a lineman's perspective, or from the defensive tackle. He was supposed to do this on this play, and this is the reason why. Yeah, dope. But anyway, Quarterback is really, really good, man. I watched the first 2 episodes, and like I would have watched more, but I had to go to sleep because I had to be to work early in the morning. But it grabs you right off the rip.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy because like
I gotta check that shit out.
Yeah, you definitely gotta check it out, man. Especially like, what I'm saying, I've had this conversation with Jim before, and like I say, quarterback is the toughest position to play in football. Like, what I'm saying, and you're watching this show, right? And you're seeing, like we were just talking about Brett Favre, those key moments that he's throwing 5 yards. They're doing that on quarterback, like they're flashing back to the games, like showing the game films, and like from the quarterback's perspective, of like what do you do? Like case in point, the game we played against the Bills, like so it was like 4th and goal. Kirk Cousins decides on his own to call the quarterback sneak. We didn't get it.
Yeah.
He comes to the sideline. Our coach KOC was like, "Hey, you called that play? Like, why didn't you get the call from me? Like, I would have put you in a better position, blah, 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 stuff like that." Like, we don't be realizing stuff like that goes on,
Right.
from a visual perspective, and like playing Madden.
Mm-hmm.
The playbooks, they like real simple. Like, you got gun draw, bubble, and like
right.
The real player in real life is leather helmets, Uncle Joe, Jim Twitter, AC 39, go. Like,
right.
Emotion.
They have to learn all of that shit. Like, that's one play.
Right, exactly.
Like, dog, that shit's crazy.
I mean, the highest level of football competition I ever played was high school, and in high school you ran 4 plays. Might have been a dive, right, left,
that's
outside zone.
That's back in your time.
Yeah, it wasn't real. Like, and I'm not from a real big football state. You know what I'm saying? We had some athletes come out of here. You know what I mean? So when I go back and watch a Friday Night Lights, and you see these guys really out here running plays, you know what I'm saying? You see there's levels to it. One of the big things that I took away from the show so far is, this shit made it even easier for me to pick this guy, Pat, as my number 1 quarterback.
Bro.
This guy is super
and he talks shit.
He talk crazy,
Bruh, he be talking mad shit. Yeah. I heard the clip of him and Max Crosby on there talking shit.
That was probably some of the best footage of the whole show so far. The first 2 episodes that I watched.
Yeah, because Max talking too. Yeah.
Max, every time he run past me and hit him, he's like, "You just go
Yeah.
Just tapping him on his shoulder, tapping him on the back of his helmet. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get in this guy's head as a defensive player. Not only are you a dog and I gotta look out for you every single play, now you fucking with me after every play.
Now you fucking with me, right?
and you hear Pat, and it's like when you're watching the game, it looks like the quarterback just complaining to the refs. Nah, this motherfucker's picking
really fucking with him.
Yeah, it's all in the spirit of competition. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been out there hooping, and on the other side, the guy who guarding you, he out here playing like it's a check on the line. You like, bro,
yeah, grab your t-shirt and shit.
It's pickup. Now, when I start going on you, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be salty. But then he might be getting the best of you. Like, all right, now you take your jaw and back and forth or whatever. This is at the highest level of, yo, stop fucking with me, and you smacking me when you get the chance, like fucking, you know what I mean, knocking my head off.
Did you see the game when Kirk went back to Washington? And
Yes.
he got hurt, right? And so he was laid there for a while. The defensive tackle rolled over. It's like he tapped him. Hey, you'll be all right. Like, hey, he down there hollering and screaming. He tapped, you'll be all right.
Yo,
He ran
when I
out.
tell you they was fucking Kurt up that game,
What?
and I think back to it because I watched because I watch a lot of NFC East games, and I remember like, oh snap, Kurt coming back. I'm not the biggest Kurt fan. I watched him a lot in Washington, and he makes way more mistakes than he do those big plays there. He's obviously a way better quarterback in Minnesota, and you go from just Scary Terry to Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson. You know what I'm saying? With Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So it's a way better offense. Just
How'd y'all fleece the Lions for TJ Hawkinson? That's crazy. How'd y'all do that?
Man, they didn't want to pay him. You know what I'm saying? And we gave him a second rounder.
You very
Okay.
rarely see
Okay.
guys like that traded within division. So that's impressive.
Yeah, in division, that was
Man,
crazy.
we traded division twice already, like because you did the draft trade with him last year. That's how they got Jameson.
Yeah.
Mm.
Crazy, man.
But one of the things that I was speaking on Kurt is like you see the confidence with Mahomes, right? And Mahomes would make a bonehead play, and it's like I don't feel like that bonehead play is going to cost him Mahomes because I expect him to come right back out
Facts.
and respond to that. But you'll see Kurt, he'll miss a guy wide open down the sideline. It's like, damn, what if he hit that? You know what I'm saying? It, like when he just missed KJ Osborne on a Will Wright on a phenomenal play call. KJ's wide open. He just overthrown because the pressure was right in his face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He came back right after that though.
and hit him on. So that's what I'm saying. But you saw like the energy was so much different when you make the play
Yeah.
versus when you don't make the play. You got guys like Mahomes and Brady that make those plays more than they miss those plays. You know what I'm saying? You look at a Tom Brady's career. Imagine if he missed Welker as much as he missed Welker. Like, remember how he missed Welker for the Super Bowl against the Eagles and they lost that game. He hits Welker. Eagles don't get that Super Bowl win. Imagine if that happened more often for Brady. Then we're not talking about because those games were razor thin. Most of the Super Bowls are won by 3 in Vinatieri. So that's just the difference in football. Like the margin of error, man, for
So small.
Not only for the game, sometimes it's for the seasons. Like your season could be on the line. Like a Mariota fumbling in the first game of the season, which turned into a snowball
He did that shit twice.
for the whole season. You know what I mean? Because Mariota's the third quarterback on this show. But then you see, okay, it derailed the season. But then with some of these guys, it derails their whole entire career because it just keeps happening. Those moments when those margins of errors are super razor thin, you don't step up and make them hit and make the moment. You know what I'm saying? And you see guys like Mahomes, you see guys like Brady, Peyton, for example, you know what I'm saying? Because of his level of detail, he rarely missed those, razor thin moments. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's tough, Drew. I think you'll really enjoy it. Like if you even like when I first looked at it, I was like, damn, you can meet cousins and
But that's when you asked in the commits chat. I was like, shit, elite. mediocre and trash. Like,
Trash,
that's
right.
what you think
And
about.
not
Like,
even that though. You get to see Kurt was a dog his whole career, coming up from Pee Wee all the way to
man, he wasn't a
NFL,
dog.
being the underdog.
He's an underdog.
Yeah, underdog. Like, and he make plays. Like, the guy makes plays. So you got to respect that. One of the other takeaways I had, man, it reminds me a lot of, I don't know if you watched it on ESPN, Man in the Marina. Like Sam Mahomes, it's the Tom Brady. I guess it's like his one of his little documentaries. Obviously, he gonna have a like a full.
Oh yeah. I seen his
this one right here,
documentary.
Man in the Arena, was just like a went over like his last couple years in New England and his first year down there in Tampa, and like you talk about Mahomes' confidence, this kid Brady, man, like we talked about top QBs of all time, like Brady could have easily been like the current top QB and all time based on how he's been playing over the last few years.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, sometime check out that Man in the Arena. And like I said, the Kurt storyline was surprising to me. I mean, it made me appreciate the guy a lot more, seeing his little journey. And then when he went back to Washington, you could see the type of guy that he is. You know what I mean? As a guy walked up to him on the field after the game, like he was like a groundskeeper, and he was like, "Hey man, I beat the cancer." I was like, "Damn!" Like, he was like, so like he had the relationship with
locked in with people and shit. Yeah.
So that was crazy. He was like, "Oh, I beat the cancer."
Still don't know what the fuck he was thinking when that baby, like that child was like 6 years old with a damn pacifier in his mouth.
Listen, how you parent is on you, but that was crazy. Wait, what Cat Williams say? Let say walk. Yo, y'all chill on my guy. Who we talking? Peyton? Who's this guy? We gotta see.
No, Mariota ain't his guy.
I hope we ain't talking about Mariota. I spent very little time on Mariota. Great story. He's a great addition to the show. I'm hearing that Burrow is on for season 2.
Yeah, I be talking about Mariota.
Yeah. Bosh, I hate to break it to you, bro. Mariota just not that guy. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal.
Man, that's crazy. Him and Winston went 1 and 2. That's crazy.
You're not gonna. You ain't no Winston slander.
Garbage. that was an MVP last year.
Yeah, I be having some bad takes.
First it was the Winston shit. Then it was the bull from Tennessee.
Bull from Tennessee.
Oh, Tannehill?
Willis.
Oh, Willis.
I still got hope for the guy. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Our top middle linebackers. Now, it's crazy because like I only had 2 or 3 quarterbacks written down on my notes here, and middle linebackers. I got a slew of them, but what made me think about with the middle linebackers was, where do we place certain all-time players? I'm gonna start current. My current best middle linebacker is Fred Warner. You know what I'm saying? Because he moves like a defensive back on that football field at the middle linebacker spot. And you see a lot of that with the Jamal Adams of the world, Cam Chancellors, those guys that came down to the box as the safety, just wasn't big enough to really like live there. Great tacklers and things like that. And a guy that really jumped off the screen to me last year was Roquan Swift, which I was surprised when Chicago shipped him off. Like, Roquan is a phenomenal middle linebacker. Him down, and that's another thing that's going to make Baltimore super tough. A 4-year in that defense with that front 4, or front 3, because they run a 3-4. Well, it's kind of like a hybrid type of thing. And then you're gonna like this. Eric Kendricks is one of my favorite linebackers in the league. You know what I'm saying? For the amount of tackles that he make, he's not the best in coverage, and he always got him out there on third down because you don't really have anybody else. I guess that's where Barr was supposed to, I guess he never really lived up
terrible
to.
this year though.
Yeah. Injuries. He has some injuries.
No, he was just terrible this year.
In the back end, wasn't that great for you guys, but I like Kendricks. Even coming off a bad year, I had to mention the guy. Like I said, Fred Warner is far and beyond. I don't even think it's far and beyond because I think Roquan in Baltimore is going to have like a defensive player of the year caliber season. So those two guys really jump off the page for me as like the best middle linebackers today, all time. Gotta go with the guy Ray at the middle linebacker, and the reason why he's my all time in middle because LT. I don't know where you put him at. Do you put him at outside? Do you put him at
outside? Yeah, edge for sure.
Outside
because he really didn't have a position. He was one of them first like positionless guys. He could play anywhere on the football field. Just get this guy making plays. Derek Thomas again. You had to be there. You had to see the impact of this guy on the field. Rest in peace. And then London Fletcher. I watch a lot of NFC. I watch a lot of NFC football.
London Fletcher was a beast.
Football.
Yeah, he got a lot of tackles.
That's what I'm saying. Like, though, it's reason why I say this. Like you're saying, he got a lot of tackles, but it was tackles where you like, yo, where he come from?
Yeah.
Like, how did he make that play? You know what I'm saying? It was constantly plays like that over and over. And then this guy is in like his 15th season or something crazy like that, still leading the Redskins in tackles.
And the defense was so trash. He just like
he only want to make tackles.
he was always making tackles. And again, like the Redskins to the Commanders now. And I'll stop saying Redskins. The Commanders in everybody else's eyes was always one of the worst teams. But when we play like outside of NFC East, people think the Cowboys-Eagles is the rivalry in the division. Eagles are a rivalry today because they've been the more productive team in the division. The Redskins aren't really that great, so it's not a good story. But it was always Washington versus Dallas as our rival. The Giants and the Eagles rivalry is a little more heated, locally than the Cowboys-Eagles. But mainstream Cowboys-Eagles is the rivalry. You see a lot of Eagles fans try to make that, the all-time rivalry in the NFC East. And it's not for me anyway. But yeah, London Fletcher was my honorable mention in that position, but Ray's the GOAT.
All right, for my current, I was gonna pick Fred Warner, but I went with Roquan.
Yeah,
I mean, he had a great season last year, and I just feel like his projection, like you said, he probably about to have a defensive player type of year coming up there. So I want Roquan, and for the GOAT, gotta go with Ray. You know what I mean? You can't go against Ray for sure. You know what I mean?
You really can't.
For my I don't really like doing like a top 5, but other honorable mentions: Brian Urlacher.
Yeah.
Dick Buckets for the throwback. Pause.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
That's a crazy name. Right? No,
the Buckets award winner.
Yeah, man,
that's
crazy.
A crazy award. But I do appreciate the Urlacher mention. Talk about a great Madden player. Talk about a great Madden user linebacker early on.
Mine's is crazy. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but Urlacher, though, he's a goofball. Like, that's why I didn't mention him. Like, outside of football, you're a clown.
Yeah, I don't like that nigga either.
Yeah.
I don't really know too much about him outside of football. I'm just paying attention like that.
He's a corn. Like, I got some nice cards of his, though. So
I did 4, right? 4 current. I thought about 5. I thought about putting Tremaine Edmonds in mine, but you know what I'm saying, I decided not to.
I like Edmonds. He's just so bad in coverage, man.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. So I just did 4. So 4, I got Shaq Leonard. I think he gonna bounce back this year.
Yeah, Shaq is nice.
Shaq. I got 3. Demario Davis, Saints.
I like DeMario. Like,
2,
he elevates that same defense.
2, Roquan, and then of course, 1, Fred. Had to put Fred up there. All time, I'm gonna go from 5. So 5, I got a tie. I
Okay.
got Pat Willis and Luke Kuechly.
We talked about that the
Yeah,
other
we
day.
talked about that.
That was a good conversation.
Now, my next 3 gonna be from linebacker city, which I hate them because they the Bears. You know what I'm saying? 4, I got Urlacher.
Mhm.
3, Mike Singletary. 2, Dick Buckus, and then the GOAT Ray, man.
Wow.
And that's crazy. Yeah, they do got some fucking good linebackers throughout their history.
Facts.
And the reason
Like-
why Singletary is a mean,
Yeah.
bone crushing hitter. He just was super one dimensional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Kind of like
but-
the Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah, but back then he had.
But back then, though,
Yeah.
back then it was all downhill. You
It
just
was all
right,
smash
coming
mouth
down.
football.
Yeah,
All
Right, you
smash
right,
mouth
you right. I
football,
guess the
so-
Airs.
yeah,
Hey, man, he was the leader of the '85 Bears. Come on, man.
yeah.
They leave him off. Like,
You can't. I gotta guess with that defense. That's why. That's kind of what put Ray untouchable at the top, man. That 2000 Ravens defense was.
That shit was crazy.
and of course, that boy Ray went.
I mean, that didn't really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That played no factor at all.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
so-
does, nigga. The goat linebacker, the goat safety, same school.
See, you giving away future
Yeah,
content.
yeah,
right there,
man.
So with you.
Hey, man, y'all know what safety I'm talking about.
I mean, all right, if you don't know what safety he talking about, get out of the stream.
It could be
I'm
one
right.
or the other. Hey,
Get out of-
it could be one or the other.
Nah, it can't be. I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because of, you know what I mean? Rest in peace. But yeah, nah. And that's one of my, you know, because we obviously going to talk about that. Let's get into Madden here, real. That's we it's crazy. Like we damn near an hour into the show just now getting to Madden. We won't have much Madden talk anyway today. They brought the beta back. It's funny because I had just deleted the test room off of my hard drive.
Did
I
it
just
let you
reinstalled it. Yeah,
reinstall it?
yeah.
Oh,
It's right because it's always in a like when you uninstall something.
yeah.
If you go to like own games, it's right there in the cloud.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to look at the year on a test room because it'll have. I go in there. I still got my 2021 and 2020 test room in there. Just got to download the right one.
I took some bad L's yesterday to Carl, man. Carl put the beats on me last night, man. In Madden, bro. Like
And Carl, every
game.
beta, every preseason, be looking like it's his year. So I'm not surprised by that. They brought the beta back, and one of the things that is worrying me, and I watched the video on it, the guy Ray Ruther was talking about it as well, was the input lag.
Yeah.
Like you press a button and the game doesn't respond when you press the button. Like imagine you got the guy wide open streaking down the seam. You press A, doesn't throw it. You press A again, then you throw it. The window's closed. You throw an interception.
INT. That shit happened last night. Man.
Yeah, so that shit happens way too much on Madden, and it's starting to rear its ugly head as a potential problem going into 24, and I think that ruins the game for us.
Definitely.
Mainly, we play online games, even though we're playing in our own private connected franchise. It's still an online game.
Yeah.
Because guys have to connect via the internet, and if the response time isn't there, even if you got the benefit of playing on your gaming monitor, you're playing on your PC, you got all these things that are helping out your response time. If the input lag is bad, the whole thing is out the window, man. So that's something to look out for. Hopefully they improve on it, and you don't got much time to improve on it. So
Gotta fix that.
that's going to be a big problem. So other than that, I played a couple games. I played 2 games, won them. Like I said, I like the pass, and I want to get some more because it closes again on Monday. I'm gonna be hitting you up this weekend, AC, and anybody else that got the beta for some rec, so we can
Some what?
Hey, yo.
You got it. You got it. You got anything on the beta, man, besides the L's you've been taking?
Oh man, I put the beats on Bird though.
Oh, my boy Bird is slumping. He just put in the chat he's done with Madden. You should be. It's time to get that break, bro. You know what I mean? No disrespect. You my guy. It's time to go ahead and recharge those batteries, bro. And go ahead and get yourself ready for 24 by putting the sticks down. That's how you get ready for 24. Put the sticks down. Go put some Call of Duty.
I'm trying to hurry up and get this season out of the way, man, because I need a little break.
Yo, it's so bad, man. It's so bad, Evanek. Nobody's really playing. Ratings. We'll have something to talk about again. A lot of Madden talk coming next week. Ratings start dropping Monday. They start with the quarterbacks and I think wide receivers. So every day next week, you'll see some ratings dropping. Then on Friday, the full ratings will be out. So by the time we get online next week, we'll have all the ratings. We'll be able to talk about it. It's something that I'm really, really shocked about and excited about at the same time. It's going to make the team draft process even more interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So it's going to be crazy. It's some ratings that I'm super excited about. Especially for some of the teams that I'm looking at, because I'm not gonna be able to get my team. So,
well, he swear Cargo take the Cowboys.
Listen, I got away with that crap last year, making everybody feel bad that I never get to play with my boys, and everybody let them, slide to 10. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Team selection gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it is. I think it's gonna be very, very fun, and the show we're gonna put together is gonna be top tier. So, my parting shots for the week, man. Like I said, I'm excited for the direction that we're going with the show and like communicating with y'all off book about, prepping for what we're coming here to do. It's making the show go by a lot more smoother. We got good talking topics. Engagement in the chat has been pretty good. So I definitely appreciate that from you fellas. So big shout out to y'all, man. Keep it going. I'll be hitting y'all up. I try to get the deck to y'all, a lot sooner than the day of, so you guys can kind of prep a little bit and come ready to rock and roll. But next week, a lot of Madden talk. We'll move to the next two positions. We'll decide what that is off book for our top current, top all time little segment that we're doing, and then we just keep taking this thing to the next level. What you got?
Yeah.
I ain't
Man,
got oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I ain't got nothing, man. I was just basically gonna repeat what you said, man. Shout out to the league, man. Shout out to everybody be tuning in. Shout out to y'all boys, man, for coming to do this every week. You know what I'm saying? Jim, you know what I'm saying? Making sure everything's together behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the league, man. Shout out to Bodge keeping it active in the chat. Appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely appreciate Bodge. He definitely replaced Drex as our number one viewer.
Thanks.
That bum, he got too busy. You know what I'm saying? Got all fancy on us. But that's it for the week, man. And we're gonna drop this intro, outro.
Tune in to the game that's about to be played.
Yeah, I'm about to dog this bull. AC, Cowboys, Niners. Honestly, I haven't beat him in a while, so pause. I'm going into this like playing for real. So don't come in and bullshit around, because I'm trying to put 50 on your head.
To prevent fatal injuries in football, I have invented this new type football helmet, which I believe will do much to rid the game of fatalities.
Dark side, light this bitch up.